crazy?
Step right up, my friend. I've got a special opportunity for you approved by management themselves. How would you like to go on a little vacation?
If you're caught out and about with no place to go, the responders have an outpost in Flatwoods.
That's the spirit. We are offering free travel to America's playground. Atlantic City, New Jersey. A haven of wonder, excitement, and opportunity. Fully governed and, I assure you, safe from the dangers of the outside world. In exchange for your all expenses paid for the flight, all we ask is a little assistance paid back to the locals. Sounds like a deal, right? It varies from person to person. I don't have all the details, but I know the Lombardi family is looking for assistance with some business matters. If game shows are more your style, the showmen are always looking for fresh faces to star in their entertainment. I'm sure a bright person like you will find just the opportunity you're looking for. That's right. As long as the city leadership hears you're helping out, that's all they ask of you. They were mighty jazzed to hear word of an organization from abroad that's all about helping people. You can always use fresh faces in AC, especially ones with initiative. That's what keeps our city alive. Step right up. We're talking about the greatest city on the East Coast. We are offering free travel to a haven of wonder in exchange for your all expenses paid. Sounds like a deal.
Maybe not strong enough.
And now that's what I'm talking about. I let Orlando know you've agreed to help out. I'm sure they'll get word back to the city leaders. And hey, you come right back and talk to me if you have any questions, all right? I'm your one-stop guide to the city. Well, by all means, ask away.
The work I do is extremely rewarding.
Do you remember relaxing beach getaways? Exciting outside of the town? Amenities and entertainment to fill your safe and mundane life with inspiration and excitement? Even if you're not old enough to remember those blissful before days, Atlantic City is your chance to experience them for the first time. Our city is safe, luxurious, and beautiful. But don't believe me. See it for yourself.
I think we can make this place home for a lot of people.
Everything you ever
Yourself included.
You'll see.
Hope all the folks at the commune are doing well.
That it is, my friend. That it is. After the war, the city government worked hard to keep things running how they should. They didn't let a bomb ruin a great day.
People trying to help others? It feels like
Do
I'm
you?
tied and got to heaven.
Even if you're not, I said it.
Or hell.
Nothing's impossible, my friend. After the war, the city government worked hard to keep things running how they should. They didn't let a bomb ruin a great day. Do you remember amenities and entertainment? Even if you're not old enough to remember those blissful before days, Atlantic City is your chance to experience. Our city is.
Aren't they?
Well, now, of course, reality is always more complicated. But just like any place, it depends on where you stick your head. Stick it too deep, and well, you're not likely to appreciate it. Fine. But I much prefer the delightful breeze comfortably above the water.
I just try to remember that I managed to get
First off, you can take a relaxing stroll along the boardwalk. Enjoy the street vendors and a delightful sea breeze. Larger attractions take place at Showman's Pier on the far end of the
No
boardwalk.
problems
Underneath the
waiting to
pier,
solve.
and lose yourself in the architectural wonder of an aquarium built beneath the sea. When night falls, Casino Quarter has everything you need to make it an evening to remember. Nightclubs and casinos galore. And further inward, all the magic you don't see happens at the city center. That's where the mayor's office keeps the city running. Outside of civilians and visitors such as yourself, there are three groups that keep on the lights and life of Atlantic City. The showmen are entertainers, hosting performances and games of all kinds, primarily from the boardwalk and pier. The Lombardi family, they manage the nightlife of the casino quarter. They're an intimate bunch, but don't be intimidated. They're as much a part of Atlantic City's charm as anyone else. And last, but definitely not least, our city government workers manage the day-to-day operations that make life easy for the rest of us.
Appalachia's supposed to be the safest place around, but I've heard of the monsters that lurk in the woods here, and I'm not so sure.
Well, our city
about that.
is run by the tough and virtuous Mayor Tim. Once a humble farmer, now a city leader. Around Casino Quarter, you hear the name Quintino Lombardi. He's known to be a bit hot-headed. He's been the head of the family for a long time. And finally, there's Mother Charlotte, the creative and daring founder of the Showman. These three work together to provide the city with everything it needs to thrive. Lights, entertainment, and a functioning economy. Threats? No, you're unlikely to encounter any of those. Unless the gorgeous wildlife of the Pine Barrens board in our city becomes unruly. But the mayor's office has that completely under control.
This place can stand to have some cats.
Well, if that's the case then, the mutated flora,
My friends didn't want
we
to
call
talk
them
about
the
it.
overgrown. For the most part, folks don't know they're a problem because the municipal workers haven't fired them back. But that's not all. There's something more sinister out there. I'd prefer not to talk about this anymore. Every city's got problems, right? And outside this little pest problem, there's so much love in AC. Threats? Unless... No, of course not. Of course, every city's got city going on. It's just, that's what you're talking about. You know, straight drama, big shots talking about who disappeared who stole whose exclusive designer drugs, and who's all screwed up until they get another dough. I'm kidding, of course. That's all radio drama. You know, good old-fashioned entertainment. Ain't that right? Threats? Well, care to learn more?
Damn, that blood
Bomb?
was nasty.
Threats?
Like,
Unless the gorgeous. It's the safest place in the wasteland. You have my guarantee.
Viscount? Nothing these down
Oh. Jeremiah Hopkins. Mighty pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm at your service to tell you anything you'd like to know about Atlantic City. Oh, insightful you are. Yes, my travel was arranged by the Atlantic City Mayor's office. Now, there's no tourism board per se, but the groups managing the nightlife and entertainment of the city are always interested in bringing in new faces. They worked out an arrangement with the city, who decided my skills were best put to work out here in a fresh and safe environment. Well, I saw something that was against nature. It's evidence of the unholy. Look, I can accept mutated wildlife. All those nukes weren't gonna fall without consequence. But this thing, it was too damn close to my nightmares. I can't handle the possibility of hell on earth and in my fair city of all places. Let's not talk about this anymore. I came here to clear my mind of all that nonsense. Get a fresh start.
I'd love to be a senior scribe someday. I can't think of a higher honor.
Now, if I were to stop being optimistic, I would have to think about all the stressful things that I may or may not be choosing not to think about. Better to focus on the good. Keep smiling. Ain't that right? A day without laughter is a day wasted. Now, I'm not much of a comedian, but I sure do love to smile.
Maybe I should try counting.
Once. Now, there's no tour. They were down the range. Well, the responders are all about helping others, ain't that right? Just like the mayor's office back home. Only problem is, well, there's a lot of helping do. Sometimes too much for a gentle heart like mine to handle. Once. Now, there's no. They were down the range. I truly appreciate that. I couldn't imagine a better post than serving our surprising and delightful city. Now, if I better to focus. That's true, isn't it? Everyone's got their own special style in this crazy world of ours.
Nothing like the feeling of a good job done well.
Hope you're doing all right.
Comfort, entertainment, adventure. Atlantic City has it all. Sometimes even more than you bargained for. Could I interest you in a visit to the best city in America? Games and ocean breeze. America's playground awaits.
Nothing like the feeling of a good job done well.
Atlantic City welcomes all visitors. The rich, the poor, the sane, the insane, the qualified, and the faded. There's some for everyone.
Always call on us. Skeeter should live by his name.
I would.
Come on down to my store.
Jeremiah Hop. Now, if I better to focus. Yeah, I know. My father used to say that too. He was the greatest man.
Always make sure to boil
Good love for
water
people.
before you drink it.
And went out just the way he wanted to. In a blaze of glory. I know there are dangerous things out there. Other people may be well equipped to handle them. But I'm not. My energy is best spent making people smile. Helping them not to worry. That means put my blinders on a little. So be it. Let me enjoy this little pocket of this world that I still have left to me. And still safe. When the bold ones venture out, take on the world. That's what they're born to do. I don't want any part of that.
I wonder if the sun burns just as bright in California.
Now, if I were to better to focus on the good, keep smiling. Ain't that right? I dig. Now, beautiful place. Just a gorgeous view from up there on the rooftop. Never seen anything like it. Outside. Now, why would there be any need for that when I'm enjoying my snug and secure accommodations here? No, sirree. I am fully satisfied staying inside where there are no surprises. You trying to scare me now? I've heard. You get breathed on by a bat, something big green crystal growing out of your skin, right? I am perfectly good. Never seen one of those. Thank you very much.
Sometimes these days get so long.
Well, yes. I understand that Initiate Ellison over there is a member of such a brotherhood. He's an upstanding young man. He asked me if I would go outside if I had a suit of power armor to protect me. And the answer is absolutely not. What if the armor malfunctioned and crushed me alive, or ran out of juice just as something scary approached? I bet if someone saw me in their armor, they'd think I was a monster. I'd rather make friends and scare people.
That blood bug sting was nasty. Is that what it was like pre-war when they were tiny?
Wendigo. You mean the mythical flesh-eating kind, but bigger? I'm sure that's not possible. You're just coming up with stories scary. I'm just saying. Can't let good old fiction haunt my dreams after all. Now, why don't we talk about something else? Beautiful. If you're interested in some new sights, how about Atlantic City?
There must be some war books like
Certainly. Glad to help out. Do I help? Glad to help out. You let me know if you have any more questions. Get along. We are offering free travel to America's playground. Atlantic City, New Jersey. A haven of wonder, excitement, and opportunity. Fully governed and, I assure you, safe from the danger in exchange for your... If I'm sure. That's right. They were mighty you can always use. Of course.
Hope you're doing all right, Mama. You're always in my thoughts.
Allie's. I have no way of counting how many days I've been in Appalachia.
I heard about what happened in Morgantown. I know it was way back, but I'm glad they chose to send me somewhere safe and not somewhere like that.
Sorry I'm not much for conversation. Ellison talked my ear off.
Helping people is our chief mission. Uniforms are just a nice bonus.
We could always use an extra hand around here.
Appalachia's supposed to be the safest place around. But I've heard of the monsters that lurk in the woods here, and I'm not so sure about that.
I think we can make this place home for a lot of people. Yourself included.
I think I heard of Protectron or the other day. Am I going crazy?
There's times I worry I'm not doing enough or that I'm not good enough. I just
This
try
place
to
could stand
remember
to
that
have
I
some
managed
cats.
to get here in the first place. There I go, reassuring myself again.
There's a lot of supplies.
Stressed?
Right from the
Yeah, we all are.
Wow, they've really gotten set up here.
Mr. Della Ripa only likes to
I heard there's a chess set around here if you ever want to
Nothing
play.
else. Oh, if only.
Well, hello, darling. A pleasure to meet another guest of our fine establishment. I am Orlando, your host and management liaison. If you'll pardon me for just one moment. That will be all. Please give my regards to Ms. Rucker. If you are here for leisure, I regret to inform you that our regular resort activities are temporarily unavailable. However, if you are here for the refuge and the fine work of the lovely responders, I am delighted to welcome you on their behalf.
Miscreant from Kratos scratched my chassis on the way in. How rude.
Are you really, dear? How marvelous! In that case, I'm sure you can't wait to get involved here. Not as such, dear. They have my wholehearted support, and that of the White Spring management, but no. I am the management liaison for the White Spring, as I said, here to provide assistance to the responders' refuge efforts. My primary duties, otherwise, are to the caretaking and oversight of the White Spring itself. Yes, I believe the originals had been. Quite a tragic tale. Such a noble endeavor. Fortunately, their ideals and organization have been revived, and this refuge is their new home. If I may be totally honest with you, dear, I have heard others use the Responder's name as well, to be fair. But I think Appalachia could always use more people with such altruistic goals, so that's all right. I'm sure you agree. Ah, perhaps you have not heard. The White Spring is now home to the Refuge, a place of safety and care for all in need. The Refuge is being run by the Responders, individuals committed to the well-being of their fellows. They founded the Refuge in response to new waves of refugees coming to Appalachia, people in great need of help. Food, medical care, clothing, a place to sleep. All of these are available for those who need them.
I heard a bunch of nerds arguing over comic book heroes yesterday. Aren't there more important things to explore?
Anyone in need of help, yes. You appear more well off than our usual guests, though, if I may say so. Less bedraggled than those poor souls. Armed. The refuge exists primarily to serve those who cannot help themselves. The starving, the sick, the homeless. There is a clinic, a kitchen, beds, recreational facilities, all manner of care to be found here. I'm so pleased to be able to assist in my own small way, of course.
I got a veiled threat from Orlando the other day telling me they'd reprogram me if I'm not more positive.
Of course, dear. The owners of the White Spring itself. The resort, hotel, golf course, all of it. Very much still alive, I assure you, though regrettably unable to oversee affairs in current circumstances. As such, now that we have new guests, they have sent me in their stead to take care of things as needed. I couldn't be more pleased to do so. A delicious opportunity to be of help and meet fascinating people such as yourself. Darling, I am entirely at your disposal. As I've said, I am the management liaison for the White Spring. I oversee the facility itself and its robotic staff. In addition, on behalf of the management, I arrange for the provision of certain material aid to the responders. They still have substantial resources and generously offer to share them to support their noble efforts.
I wish they'd tell us what all of those construction workers are up to. Look at what a mess they're making.
No, not by any prior arrangement. Perhaps you visited us before. I must apologize for the state you found it in, if so. Regular operation of the facilities had been stopped, of course, due to a lack of guests. Only the robotic staff remained. The responders, believing it abandoned, took up residence, a completely understandable occurrence, of course. With new and worthy occupants, the management felt it wholly appropriate that it find a new purpose, and sent me. Until such time as the world needs leisure resorts again, the White Spring is happy to support the refuge. Darling, you must understand. A place like the White Spring had, indeed still has, very wealthy people behind it. As was always the case, the truly wealthy had advantages the common people, such as you and I, lack. As for the White Spring itself, the staff of top-of-the-line robotic servants, security, and maintenance allowed it to weather the worst. Me? Have I beguiled you already, dear? I appreciate the flattery, of course. You must allow me to retain some mystery for now, though. I wouldn't want you to lose interest. Perhaps we can talk more some other time. We both have more important matters at the moment, I'm sure. Of course, dear. What can I do for you?
Oh, how are we going to accommodate so many
What
guests?
a wonderful thing for you to ask, darling. I knew there was something special about you from the moment I saw you. As it happens, the responders are looking for volunteers to assist them in a particular outreach effort. Those industrious wonders have repaired a vertibird to full working order and are using it to make contact with more distant settlements. They've made allies with people in Pittsburgh. The locals call it the Pit now, who seem to be in dire need of outside assistance. If you don't mind me saying so, you look like you can handle yourself. You might be just who they're looking for.
That miscreant from Kratos scratched my chassis on the way in. How rude.
They call themselves the Union. Something of a resistance movement, I understand, against more aggressive forces. One of their representatives is currently staying with us, a Mr. Skippy Rorich. Delightful man.
Mr. Della Ripa only likes to organize his stamps.
Indeed, isn't that marvelous? They salvaged it and painstakingly repaired it. It's fully functional now. I was very pleased to be able to contribute to this effort in my own small way. If you wish to see it, it resides on the roof of the refuge between flights, along with its charming pilot, Ms. Lennox.
How are we going to accommodate so many guests? They aren't even
Judging by what I've heard, it's an accurate one, sadly. Pittsburgh was bombed quite severely during the war. The poor individuals still living there have renamed it to better reflect its dreadful circumstances. Well, they'll be better able to explain the details, but I believe they're looking for fighters, actually. Their contacts in the pit are in something of a desperate situation, it seems, against a dangerous enemy. I hate the thought of you putting yourself in such danger, but it does appear to be for a good cause.
Mr. Della Ripa only likes to organize his stamps. Nothing else.
Oh, you're terribly brave, aren't you, dear? Imagine if we all had such courage. Now, darling, before anybody bundles you off, the first thing you should do is introduce yourself to some of the responders. I just so happen to know a few in need of more local assistance, and helping them will earn you the other thing you'll need. That other thing, of course, being the ultrasight battery cells, which fuel the vertibird. Ultracells, if you prefer.
I got a veiled threat from Orlando the other day telling me
Dear, you must understand, much as I would like to, my responsibilities do not permit me to do so. I am but a humble employee of the management, and I distribute their resources as instructed to the letter. I hope you will not begrudge me my loyalty. I find myself quite fond of you already. In an ideal world, darling, I'm sure they would. Sadly, this is not that world, and any reticence on their part is understandable. I don't want to speak for the responders, but I believe they may also see this as more for their union friends than for themselves. Your assistance with their more immediate concerns will ensure everyone benefits. Isn't that a good outcome? Our lovely Ms. Rucker is the closest thing to a leader the refuge has, though I believe she's less than comfortable with the title. You can find her in their headquarters, beyond the dining area. The darling chef, Miss Rousseau, needs some assistance in the kitchen, I hear. And Ms. Wagner, over in the common area, is looking for donations. I'm sure your generosity will be well rewarded.
Keep tallies, I'd have no way of counting how many days I've been in hell.
Wonderful, my dear. I'm certain you will be a tremendous help to them and the refuge. When you are finished with each of them, I recommend you speak with Mr. Skippy Rorich, the pit union representative. I imagine he'll want to discuss the situation in the pit with you before you embark. Do feel free to visit me at your leisure if you wish to chat. I have an office in the management wing. You can't miss it.
It's a shame. I can't get at the back by myself.
The potatoes here taste amazing. So fresh, and only a few rats.
Bonjour! My name is Esme Rousseau, but most people around here know me as Chef Esme. We've had some representatives from Foundation and Crater come here seeking assistance with the recent influx of refugees. I thought that we could help them out by providing some food for their people. I've started a pot of venison and tato stew, one of my newest creations. Would you be able to help me finish it? How wonderful! I can't wait to whip up something delicious for everyone! The stew requires potatoes, venison, salt, black pepper, and carrots. The ingredients can be found in our storage area. Your job is to grab the ingredients and put them in before the stew burns. Super! Let's have you start by stirring the stew, which will help keep it from burning. Remember to continuously stir during the cooking process. Fantastic! Let's get the first of the ingredients and prepare them. You're looking for carrots, potatoes, and the pièce.
Good afternoon. Lunch is now being served. Please have a seat.
Robot butlers. Is this a refuge or a palace?
Considering all of the places I could have ended up, I'm extremely lucky. Never felt safer.
I love Esme's cooking. It's been so long since I've had food with actual flavor.
There's no problem too big to
If
solve.
you hang around those raiders, I want nothing to do with you.
If you see anyone struggling out in Appalachia, be sure to tell them about the White Spring.
My friends didn't want to join up with me. Said the responder sounded like too much work.
My friend, I hope you will stop by and join us for dinner sometime. Oh, me? Of course. What would you like to know? I spent so long just trying to survive all by myself. And then I heard about the White Spring opening its doors to refugees. I knew the responders here would have many mouths to feed, and I had missed cooking for other people oh so much. I figured it would be as good of a way as any to spend my time. Besides, it's such a lovely place, is it not? So luxurious. Life feels truly worth living again, now that I have a home and people to cook for. Oh, my absolute favorite is bœuf bourguignon. My papa and I would always make it together on cold winter days. It warms my heart and soul. Perhaps if one were to raise the venison in red wine before adding it to the stew.
A safe haven filled with people trying to help others? It feels like I've died and gone to heaven. Or hell, if you look out the window.
Oh, my absolute favorite is bœuf bourguignon. My papa and I... Oh, well, I've loved cooking for as long as I can remember. My papa was an amazing chef in France, and together we would cook meals for maman. Dinner time was our favorite time together. I had dreams of owning my own restaurant one day. But alas, that was not in the cards for me. However, I do so enjoy making food for everyone here at the refuge. I like to think that my meal bring a touch of humanity back into the world. Of course! It is such a lovely place, is it not? Oh, Orlando? What a sweet person that one is. I love what they're doing here at the White Spring, allowing us all into their home. I feel so blessed to be welcomed here as the chef. I absolutely adore having more people to cook for.
To make a difference.
I've never met anyone quite like him. So very interesting, no? I am so glad that he helped lead all these people away from the pit. It sounds like such a terrible place to live. I hope that they can find some respite here at the refuge. No one here works harder than Rucker. If I didn't chase her down, I don't think she would ever eat. She's truly a wonderful person who devotes her time and energy to helping other people feel safe. Sure, whatever you'd like. Au revoir.
I wouldn't want to be Rucker. I never thought a single person could be spread so thin. I could really use a drink.
Well, seems like timing is one of your strong suits. Look, I can stitch up a gash with the best of them. But Appalachia, well, she can do a lot worse than cut us open. Got a lot of folks here with sickness we don't understand, and injuries we don't know how to treat. What we need more than anything is know-how. So I propose we trade. What I got that I don't need, for what you need that you don't got. I've heard you're looking ahead into the pit, and the only safe way out of Appalachia is that metal bird Lennox has perched up on the roof. And what keeps her in the air are those ultrasite cells Orlando keeps locked up. So, that's the deal. You bring back medical information that'll help me figure out how to help these folks, and I'll get you all the juice you need. Hope you don't mind a trip over to Cranberry Bog. So talk to me. You in? Now this one might be tricky. Watoga Emergency was almost entirely run by robots, but even robots had to tell their patients how to take care of themselves once they left the hospital. What we're looking for there is any record of that information so we can do the same for our patients here in the refuge. Can the responders count on you? Nice. Well, let's get to it then. Anything you're able to find, go ahead and bring it back to our lead medic. I'll let her know to look for you. Good luck out there.
Always make sure to boil your water before you drink it.
The potatoes here taste amazing. So fresh and only a few rats.
That's Skippy, guys.
I love Esme's cooking. It's been so long since I've had food with actual flavor.
Well, hello there, stranger. Pleased to meet you. I'm Sophie Wagner. Look around. The refuge. Quite a place, isn't it? I mean, sure, fancy pants golf club resort, that's nice, but I'm talking about the refuge. A haven for the lost, the dispossessed, the hungry, and unfortunate. A monument to our ability to have compassion for each other. Isn't it grand? Isn't it worth preserving, building, growing? Yes, exactly. You understand, I can tell. A future filled with people supporting each other, regardless of background or history. It's always good to meet someone who can see the big picture. Now, how'd you like to be a part of it?
Valdez will see everything you have to offer. You'll see.
Sort of. Well, I haven't seen you around before, so, glad to have you. But I wasn't trying to recruit you anyway. I'm actually more in the material support end of things. Scouting for volunteers isn't really my department. Now that's what I'm talking about. People supporting each other. You got the right spirit.
I can't wait until...
Rucker's put me in charge of running a bit of a donation drive. Have you met Rucker? She's amazing, you should. Anyway, it might surprise you to know an operation like this is always churning through supplies. We work hard to keep things in stock, and that funny Orlando character does their best to help out as well, but well, we still have shortfalls. So here I am, asking generous folks such as yourself to help us fill in those gaps and keep the refuge running. Oh yeah, I guess I am. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Why shouldn't I be? We're living in the aftermath of the apocalypse. But here we all are in a place filled with people dedicated to helping each other. You ask me, that means we're pretty dang lucky, right? A lot to be excited about. Happy, even.
I know it was way back, but I'm glad they chose to send me.
I prefer to think of it as mutual aid. We're a community, pulling our collective resources so that nobody has to go without. Charity is more like the well-to-do buying a clean conscience by giving away their table scraps. And it's not just hanging around. I need to get the donations packed, stored, logged, the whole 9 yards. Rucker's got a real quartermaster's mindset. So you better believe she wants it all squared away properly. Let me check my notes. Well, I'll tell you, we've had a heck of a run on raw cloth, and it's really drained our stock. If you could spare, say, 50 pieces, it'd be a huge help to us. Oh, lots of places. Old stuffed toys, pillows. Heck, you can even make some out of old newspapers or magazines. Yeah. The warm glow of providing aid to your fellow person. The joy of supporting a noble and worthwhile cause. Isn't that great? Okay. If that's not enough for you, Rucker's given the okay to dole out a little of some supplies we've got plenty of. I got a feeling you might be helping out there. So I bet you'll find a use for these.
Robot butlers. This is a refuge or a palace.
That's okay. Come back if you're ready to donate.
There's no problem too big to solve.
Glad to see you've returned. Are you ready to donate?
I could really use a drink. That Rucker
You do?
was a super-
Amazing. Thank you so much. This is going to be a big help. It just so happens I got a little something for you as a reward for your generosity. We might need a lot of things, but you know how it is. Poor in one way, rich in another. I put together some of what we can spare for you. And I've got a feeling you're gonna need them. See? Mutual aid. Everybody wins. Thanks so much for the help. Drop by again. If I know Rucker, I'll be looking for something new every day. Take care of yourself.
I'd love to be a senior scribe someday. I can think of a higher honor.
This is nice, baby.
You look a bit sickly. There's a poultice my mama taught me how to make. Maybe you should try it.
At a Victorium Knight Errant, do you need me to do anything for you? I could carry your things for you. Really, anything. Just say the word, I'll jump. Shoot. I mean, shoot as in ask me something. Don't fire at me.
Ask away. Ultra what? I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
No one briefed me on this. Battery cells? Forget the stupid vertibird. This is what I should be looking into. Oh no, we come from California.
It was a long trek over here, from what I heard.
Happy thoughts. That's the way.
Oh no, not at all. Someday, I will be.
I'm trading to be a scribe. You won't find scribes decked out in power armor. And even if I wasn't, I'm still an initiate. It would be impractical to waste your best tech on, well, a new recruit.
Before running off. It's a shame. I can't get at the back by myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Me? Well, I'll try to answer whatever I can.
Nothing like the feeling of a good job done well.
Eager? I didn't realize it was so obvious. Look, all my life I dreamed of doing something more than tending some Brahmin in the field in West Virginia. I wanted something more. And the Brotherhood of Steel is that something more to me. When I saw Night Shin first approach me, laser rifle drawn, now that's awe-inspiring. Makes your heart pound. Who wouldn't want to be a part of that? If you had everything you ever wanted, would you just let it slip between your fingers? No, you hold on to it with an iron grip. I'm proud to be Brotherhood. So immensely proud. It's an honor just to wear this insignia. Haven't you ever been a part of something that made you that proud? Then you know. You know what it's like to be starstruck by your own peers. I'm an ambitious man. I always find a way to make my dreams come true. But I can't deny how lucky I am to be in the position I'm in. So I'll be damned if I slack for 1 minute and lose the best thing that ever happened to me. I may be young, I may be inexperienced, but that just means I have to work a little harder than everyone else. My story? I'm not very interested if that's what you're asking. I was born in Louisiana, but I hardly remember it. We moved to West Virginia when I was really young. Me, my mom, and my brother. He stayed behind to help my mom on the farm, and I went off to join the Brotherhood. I knew I had to do it. I was chasing that dream, you know? But I still feel guilty leaving the two of them behind. Mama was so proud of me, though. Made me feel proud of myself. In all honesty, I'm a bit of a fish out of water, but I hide it as best I can. Sure thing. I'll tell you what I can. But keep in mind, as a Brotherhood scribe, some of my intel is highly classified. I guess I could share that information. You know, Brotherhood to Brotherhood. Scribe Valdez sent me here. I'm just keeping tabs on the place. Nothing too important. Just keeping my eyes on that vertibird. What are they using it for? Ha! Well, not really. Rucker's nice and all, but every time she looks at me, she looks like she's in pain. Could be chronic illness. Giuseppe's okay. I know he's got that whole salesman act going on, but he's actually a pretty cool guy. Reads a lot. Knows quite a bit about the world. Skippy's nice and all, but his inventions all look like alien probes to me. Orlando's probably the biggest enigma of them all. I don't know anything about them. They seem nice enough, but I always feel like they're hiding something from me. And I get the impression they just tolerate me. I feel like I could be out of the door to White Spring any minute. Oh, you mean Rutgers people? They're all right, I guess. I'd say they do a lot of good for the people of Appalachia, but there's hardly enough of them around anymore for everything that needs to get done. Between you and me, They'd probably be a lot more useful if they just got absorbed into the Brotherhood. They may have good aims, but they don't have the resources to do it. Meanwhile, the Brotherhood is making amazing strides every day. You're not gonna tell Rucker I said any of this, right? Please don't. Sure. Anything else you need? Sure thing. It's Initiate Ellison. But yeah, I'll see you later.
Robot butlers?
You'd think with all of that tinkering,
There are
Skippy
far
does,
worse places to set up shop than the
Dusting
White.
between the gears like an ice cold Coca-Cola.
Orlando is very charming. But to be honest with you, I'm not really sure
Honestly, the presence of custodial robots does not excuse tracking mud all over our floors.
I can't remember the last time I ran my hand through clear water.
Oh, the work I do is extremely rewarding, but boy, is it tiring.
Nothing gonna happen inside this refuge.
I sure hope this mole rat bite doesn't get infected. You ever get that feeling like you forgot something? Except I'm not sure what it is I
I think I
forgot.
heard a Protectron bark the other day. Am I going crazy? Feels like every time I sit down, we get another emergency case coming in.
Can you lend me a hand? Well, I'm a representative from Foundation. I'm just here to talk about some trade deals and to request assistance with the recent stream of refugees from the pit. Well, we think it's kind what they're doing here for the refugees, but a lot of them are coming to Foundation too, and we just don't have the resources to take care of that many people.
So this is a place that's bringing all these damn people.
All right, talk to you later. Are you the one who's in charge? Can you lend me a hand? Well, I'm just here to.
That's a step up in the world if I've ever seen one.
Are you the one who's in charge?
Everything is too clean.
A familiar face. I've seen you in Foundation. Maybe you can help?
What? Who I am doesn't matter. I'm just here to keep an eye on things for Meg.
It's been sunny all week. I love it here.
Nothing but a problem. All it's doing is encouraging new people to come to Appalachia. Sickly people. If they're too weak to make it on their own, then maybe they shouldn't be the ones to survive. Sure, whatever.
All these supplies. You can really use them. That's great.
Think about it? Just keep doing your job.
These refugees wouldn't last one day in Crater.
Sure make my job easier.
Oh no, the stew has burned. Do not be discouraged though. Without failure, there is no improvement. Here is your stew. Something is better than nothing, yes? Hopefully, either the settler or raider representative will find some use for this. I last saw them in the bar area.
There's a lot of supplies here that look right for...
Are you at the refuge? We've got people going hungry, and too many mouths to feed at Foundation. I'm not sure what you expect me to do with this. People are hungry for something that's actually edible.
Wonder if they have any chems laying around here.
A lot of nightmares lately. I think it's all the stress. I'm not sure.
The potatoes here taste amazing. So fresh, and only a few racks.
Watoga Emergency Medical Services is here to help.
Crimes aren't going to solve themselves. Move out! Duty calls!
The White Springs decor is refined and decadent. Don't listen to
I think we can make this place home for a lot of people. Rucker said you were helping us out. I hope you were able to track down those patient care instructions.
Why even bother helping people who can't help
Well, Appalachia's never really given the responders any breaks, you know? There's so much we don't know how to treat. Sometimes it's hard to know if we're even treating the right thing. With how many sick and wounded we get coming in here, we need every advantage we can get. And the information you're bringing us provides us that advantage in a big way.
So this is a place that's bringing all these damn people to Appalachia.
We'll be flying a lot less blind with these patient instructions. For too long, we've just been guessing. Thanks to you, we don't have to anymore. I'll let Rucker know you came through for us. Best of luck out there. Thank you.
Sorry, now's not a good time. Got a lot of
Must be a real hell here.
Everything is too clean.
Good don't always win, but damned if it don't fight. Hey there. Don't think we met. I'm Skippy Rorich. Something I or the Union can do for you? What's a Skippy look like, huh? Call me Skip if you like that better, or whatever you want. Just don't call me Mr. Rorich. Never felt right, that. Took me weeks to get that Orlando character to stop doing it, at least my face. The Union is a sort of a... I guess you might call us a confederation, or a resistance. People banding together for defense. See, there's a group in the pit. Calls themselves fanatics. All they care about is conquest. They want the whole pit for themselves. They roll into your area. You either join them, they force you to labor for them, or they kill you. And they're coming for everybody. The Union's the only thing standing between them and their total conquest of the pit. As much as we're able. Anyway. That's right, looking for someone to help us take the fight to the fanatics. Surprised we got a taker, actually. You are interested, right? Bad. Don't get me wrong, it's home, and I want us to keep it. But we got hit bad in the war, and we've never recovered. Lots of radiation. Some areas are badly toxic, with all the junk that got blasted into the air or spread around from the factories. People are sick a lot, from one thing or another, and food can be hard to come by. Hell, some of the city's still on fire, I think. But some of the factories survived, and we got them running. Gives us access to things you can't get anywhere else. Might even be able to rebuild, if it weren't for the fanatics. Hell, you've got raider gangs here, right? I've heard about your Blood Eagles. The fanatics are something like them, but more organized. Imagine every single raider gang you've ever heard got together and decided to make like Genghis Khan. Sweep over everything. Kill anyone who won't join, and put anyone too weak to fight into forced labor camps. Everything that's not theirs they take. That's the fanatics. And be glad they're not here. Because it's home, damn it. Mine, ours, all of us who were born and lived there before and after the bombs. Ain't that enough? If the fanatics are out of the picture, we can rebuild. Make something out of it again. It doesn't have to stay like it is. If that ain't enough for you, picture this. A horde of fanatics, hundreds, thousands strong, setting their sights here. Sound like something you want? The Union's back's against the wall. We're doing our best to hold off the fanatics. Keep them from taking everything. Occasionally, we win some small victories, but not a lot. Got a couple of situations back there right now where an extra hand might tip things in our favor, at least for now. I don't want to call it mercenary work, but I'm not gonna lie. You'll be going there to fight. Fantastic. Let me just get Rucker in here. It's her bird, after all. Thanks for coming by, Rucker. Looks like we got a volunteer to take a trip out to the pit.
We've met. Had a feeling you might be up for this when you came by earlier. Guess I was right.
Figured you should be involved, if we're gonna borrow your plane.
Don't let Lennox hear you call it a plane. She takes it personally. Anyway, sure thing. I guess you've already got all the ultra cells you need. I know you've got mine. Sophie and Esme tell me you helped them out too, so I expect you got theirs as well.
No can do, Spoya. I'll go back one day, but right now, I'm more use here, rustling up support to send back there. I'm not young enough to be much use on the front lines anymore. Well, we got two different locals I know are in need of help. Locals are what we call union groups that act independently. Local 42's in the industrial district. Hex, their leader, is struggling to keep her people alive and retake a foundry from the fanatics. We got another over in the trench working against a fanatic forced labor camp. Danilo is your contact there. Haven't heard from the other locals recently, but I'm sure we'll be hearing from them if they got trouble too. It's up to you who you want to help right now. Maybe you'll consider going back again later for the other. Fair enough. What do you want to know? Well,
I can answer that, Skippy. First of all, we've got refugees here from the pit. People who've made it all the way down on foot or in caravans. And the best way to help that situation is to help people not need to flee the pit in the first place. Second, the Union's the best chance of stability the pit's got. The responders don't just want to triage in the world. We want to help it rebuild one day. We'll need allies to do that.
It doesn't hurt that we've got factories that can still make manufactured goods either.
No, it does not.
I prefer volunteers to suckers. I'm not running some kind of scam here.
The answer is no, by the way. We run some regular sorties, trade some supplies, carry messages. Our radios don't reach that far, so communication's either us or waiting for caravans.
All right. All set? Got everything? Great. This means a lot to the Union. I'll make sure you're well rewarded for it. I might have some other things I need help with here in Appalachia, too. I'll let you know. Good luck up there. We're counting on you.
That Skippy guy's a little...
Damn. Almost mixed some Carmex in with the Med-X. Who labels these things?
Whoa, hey, now you look interesting. What's up? I'm Lennox. Fully fueled up, she'll get us there, no problem. Us and any friends you want to bring along. And back, in case you were worried about that. Unless someone hits us with an RPG or something. I'm like, 85% sure that won't happen. First place we checked out after we got the old girl working again. Far enough to prove her out, close enough for our fuel. The city's in bad shape. Real bad. Of course, I only saw it from the sky, mostly. I stay with the bird and leave the hiking to others. They only shot at us a little when we flew over, not too bad. Nothing she can't handle. We got a safe LZ now, so that shouldn't happen again. Probably. Yeah? Right on. About time we made another trip out there. I mean, me and my girl here. You haven't been, I guess. Ruckus said somebody'd be coming by. Guess you're it. If you're all set, I'm ready when you are. She's all fueled up for the trip out and back. I'm a miracle worker in the sky, but even I can't make a fly on willpower alone. Now I get my girl ready for takeoff, and you just tell me when you're ready to go. I wonder if I can loop this thing. Nah, probably not. Unless...
brightest star in the sky, are you? Or the sharpest tool in the shed, as some say?
Look, can't we just let bygones be bygones? Look, this wasn't what I signed up for.
I'm afraid not. Not until you cough up the caps you owe Mother and the rest of us. Or you'll be coughing up blood instead.
Please, what about my children?
I've seen your dossier, Billy. You don't have any children.
Well, it was worth a shot. I'm telling you, I don't know anything.
They've really lowered their standards letting you in, haven't they? Now, belt buckles. Do you mind telling me where our dues are?
Don't call me belt buckles. Only a wise guy can say that.
You won't have any belts left to buckle when I'm done with you. Now, please, answer the question before I'm forced to alert my associates.
You came just in time.
Shut up, Billy. This boy is a mobster. Is a organization owes us a substantial amount of caps, and they're using this Einstein to skirt around paying their dues. I won't stand for it. There's rules in Atlantic City. Want to know the most important one? Don't cheat the showman. New in town, huh? Well, I'll put it to you real simple. We make the magic go round in Atlantic City. The shows, the talent, the music, it all comes from us. We're masters of the disappearing act. Maybe you're right. There's nothing to gain from killing this fool. You're off the hook, belt buckles. For now.
Come back safe, huh? Don't you worry about... Stay sharp out there. True to the name, it's where people come to engage in unsavory acts. Gambling, drinking, chems, just your average party. I join in, but I've only got one bird, and I need to keep her safe and warm. The Lombardi family runs the Neapolitan casino and have their fingers in every pie here. So don't piss them off. Just give me the word when you're through here.